Hey kids, check out that mug tower. Isn't that thing ugly? That's gonna suck to tear down someday with all the water blocks in there. Up a little high right now. There's the house I'm working on. That is, I needed a way to transition from one wing to the next, and I wanted it to look somewhat different than that, so I want to put that, which I'll show you in a minute. You notice I'm standing on something up here that looks real pretty, and down there is something that's not pretty. So where am I getting all my sand from? I will have to do something about that. But you can also see my ice tray, which has no ice in it, which means I'll have to move it over there maybe. But me and Scully spent about an hour in the nether. We have this. It's all going to the hub. This is... I want to say 8 stacks. Here, give me a moment. We're going to turn it all into quartz. Isn't that pretty? That's a lot of this stuff, isn't it? What hurts the most is it all turns into so few blocks. But, not that one. If we're going to work on the hub in the future, we're going to need all of this, and probably a ton more. But for now, we got 6 and change stacks of blocks. Not bad at all. And 46 levels. Let's head back over here. That's the damn sun's going down. So this is the transition hall. Got some lamps in. We also got a bunch of glowstone too, because I was running low on that. And I'll probably decorate this with paintings and some item frames. Don't put the roof on there yet. This will be like the front hall. Spawn is that way, I think. That way. Spawn is that way-ish. So this will be the front part of the house. So I've got all this room to work. Not sure quite. Well, it's going to look like that. Just don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. And then this, I'm already intruding on my lake, which is a bit of a problem. So I'll have to build something and then probably expand the lake out a little bit. And kill that guy. Where did you come from, buddy? Do I have one dark spot out here somewhere? Where did you come from? You came from right over here by these trees, didn't you? There, no one's going to spawn there anymore. Might get something there. What else? A wing there, a wing here, this. I may have to do a bit more work on these mountains. Some of this stuff. But look, a nice low wall around it. Some gardens. Things like that. All the nice... Don't need my F3 on, do I? All the kind of nice things. Yeah, this is, I cheated a bit. Instead of wasting all my clay, I filled it in with a lot of dirt. But think it's going to look real nice. I still have a problem with these giant walls of one color. We'll have to do something here. I could put something, I have to knock that out and I could put a door here, but then it intrudes on the stairway. And things just look better with at least one block of space between them. So I'm not sure. But I could build and knock this out. Or something like that. I could have something there, and something there, and just bury him in the hillside. Here. So our second floor done. This just looks at that. Still let some more light in. I had a nice window here until it dawned on me that I needed some way to get from point A to point B over there. What else? But we do a couple more things, and we'll be back shortly. A quick run over to the hub here to drop this stuff off. So as it stands, every one of our these openings has been taken. Someone's here, I'm just not sure yet. Everyone, that might be Spaz. This is my old one. I gave it up to Ginger because his is straight down there, a ways a long way. Maclay. That's why I'm over in the corner now, because it's a much more direct route to my house, so I'm not intruding on anyone else. So, instead we still have a couple open spots. We got a spot here in the corner. That's it. Now the problem is that to get to the stronghold, you have to take birdies. You just branch off from there. Now, I have a really neat idea for a tunnel in the stronghold. I want to use a whole bunch of things like mossy bricks and fun stuff like that. But I don't want to use Birdie's tunnel to do it. So Fire Willie's, for as often as Fire Willie is here. And I don't want to take his over, because he might come back and decide to do a bunch of stuff. So the only option is to actually expand the hub as we have planned. We can't go up. That's bedrock ceiling there. What we can do is here. Yep. Go down. So I think over here, I think I'm going the right way. Get in here. Oh, it's a slab. Is that this is going to be the second level for the hub. And where the hell it's going to go in one of the corners will be the first tunnel we'll actually build out. Now, as time goes by, we're going to wind up with more people, or people that don't. I'm not sure it's using fortune point. Is that we wind up with people who will want their own tunnels, or we'll wind up with oh, them gas. Oh, shit up. As we get more and more people, or as we build things that are further and further away, we'll need their own tunnel for it, right? So if I decide I want to build something way out in the middle of nowhere, but I don't want like a group thing, and instead of using my tunnel to get there, we'll just make another one. So this pattern's going to be kind of repeated downstairs. Kinda. I'll probably try to make sure the pillars are okay, and some of the roof will be the same. What's going to happen is all this here, on this side of these stairs, that's all going to come out. These pillars will extend straight down. These will turn into stairways that go down 4 different directions. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that we've got the new portal size, these are going to extend from where they are. I might drop them a bit, but they're going to drop all the way down to where the new floor is going to be. and then come up, and they might not come up as high, because I think I want to change some of this, but not too much. Not too much. Scully thought about making one big, like a larger portal, so I went kind of from here to like that. But I think it would take up way too much space in the middle. That's just me. Because we've already got to come all the way down a few blocks, and then still have room to get around. If this does get changed, it'll be a smaller box, still centered in the middle. Because we're even, maybe a 5 by 5. Maybe, don't know yet. I get the floor in first, then we'll see how it's going to look. So all this will come out. We'll put, I'm thinking black stained glass panes along here, all the way along, as sort of a safety rail. It's not going to stop you from jumping over it. Dumb people will do dumb things. What the hell happened here? Someone goofed something up. Well, we need some stairs. But yeah, this will all come out, and then when you come in here, you'll be able to see all the way down, and it's going to really, really open this place up. It's already pretty, kind of nice and open, but it's not. Could have been a little taller. Could have been taller. This will drop down, and I think it'll look really cool then. Won't have to do as much ceiling work. We'll probably just carry the same motif up to about where they're going to be. I gotta drop all this off. I forgot to bring my glowstone too. Cool. So we got over here. Where's my ender chest? Also got this. Drop off too. And lamps. I'm gonna need a ton of them for my build. But I want to make sure that we've got a bunch here. And I'll have to bring a bunch of redstone too. Get a good start on that. Those in really redstone? Probably not. We're using this place as a scrap heap for their mob drop stuff again. This is Scully's. Of course, the most beautiful block ever. The most beautiful, beautiful block. That I'm not using this time, but I will use again in the future somewhere. Just don't know where. Actually, I do know where. I'm going to use a whole bunch of it. Right over next to the arena. On a project I don't want to talk about yet, because I'm still trying to figure out how to do it. So, let's head back home here. When I say back shortly, I meant back in a year. Yeah, it's been a couple of days. Something weird happened there today. I had to go change my calendar. I don't quite know why. It happened on a fairly regular basis. It's one of those things that people go out and party and stuff. But, yeah, I spent my New Year's Eve, kind of feeling bleh, and not wanting to do anything. And it's colder than a witch's tit outside, so I stayed home and enjoyed a little potato juice on my own, and did a couple of things. So we've got laid out the second hall. That's going to be the main hall. I probably should make this one bigger, right? So right now it's the same size as that one, but that one's going to look larger due to the stairwell at the back. So I might push this guy out a little further, but I wanted to get an idea of what it was going to look like before I did that. Got the roof beams in here. There's a bunch of decoration going on in there, and I'll show you in a minute. I had to bring the hall out one sort of segment. Came out about 4 more. Otherwise, this would have been right here. Which isn't what I wanted. I wanted, I actually want some space in here. There's not a lot, because this is going to get blocked off already. That's just going to be, I might take those stairs out. Let's see, let's do, get down without hurting myself too much. I don't know why I'm worried. I got feather falling on my boots. Let's do this. Doot. Yellow. Yeah, I think I'm going to make this one a couple bigger. I was just busy playing with the templates to see what kind of size I had. So this came out one more. And I don't want to, I don't want to move all of that now that I've put it in, so it's probably going to stay there. Put some dirt up. I did a little bit of interior. It was looking really bland, so I had to do something with it. So I'll put stuff in these. Maybe some of my older tools that I don't want to fix. My decoration done inside. This isn't complete. I'm still short a whole bunch of bookcases. I think bookcases make a nice aesthetic block. Put some flowers, so keep stuff from spawning there. This is, let's get this open. This is cheating, and blatantly so. A whole bunch of jack-o'-lanterns on here so that when the sun goes down and it gets dark, the floor is still all nicely lit up. It gets a little dark in the corners though, which is, so I can't really do much about it. But putting lighting up here, but it doesn't really help much due to the sheer amount of light coming off the floor. But I need something that was looking kind of dull. We got a few more bookcases here and there. This block I took out to remind myself of how I was doing something. Put it back. May hang a light here, I don't know, just for because. I got the lights on the floor, which is enough to prevent spawning and keep it fairly brightly lit. But up there it gets kind of dark. I'm not a big fan of that. I guess in hindsight, I probably could have, if I'd made these 5 wide, I could have put a skylight in there. I know it would always be kind of nice and bright as long as the sun was up. I didn't think of that. I'll do that in the future. Somewhere. I don't know yet. But yeah, so you still got all the decorating to do up here. This will need a safety rail. I have to. I don't know what I'm going to do here. I honestly don't. Because if I bring in any kind of decoration, it's going to make the hallway smaller. Down to 2, and I don't want that. I've got a 4 wide stairway here. I like that, right? It's nice and big. I'll probably replace this with brick. Make a brick archway instead of a, no, hang on. What do I got down here? Actually, I didn't pearl on me. Down here. Yeah, down here it just transitions like that. Because that's a half slab. I can't actually put anything there. Well, I could if we had microblocks in the game. Hint, 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 dinner bone, hint. But I guess if I can't have the arches down here, I probably don't have to worry about the arches up there. So maybe that stair is completely wrong. Yeah, so maybe I'll change that out to... I can change the top to brick, or wood, or something. But then I would lose this line here, which you can't see because Bandicam doesn't record my cursor. But imagine that my cursor is right here on the edge of this brick going all the way up. Right? That's a nice unbroken line I want to keep. So, I'll get some work done on that. Just says you bar the door off again. Thanks, game. That's okay. It's going. I'm gonna sleep here in a minute because the sun's going down. Because I carry a watch. I should name this thing something. Timex or Rolex or some really bad, lame, cheapo brand. My Bolex watch. And it's awake. Go away. Wait, seriously. Alright, cool. So yeah, I think I may have to bring this out one. Because as a main hall, well, that's a tough call. I could bring it out one, or I could take it up one and make that a 3 level. I look really big. What would I do with a third level, though? That's the question. It just would be more of the same. It'd be kind of dull. I'll think about that. I will think about that. No shortage of red clay, though. No shortage at all. And what else do I have planned right now? I was out of this world for 2 days. I've completely forgotten everything I was doing. It's kind of embarrassing. I gotta put a roof on. That's just gonna be dark oak and more stone, brick, and clay. Spruce. No more dark oak. Oh. Just a small. I know where it is. Downstairs. And at some point, I'll probably abandon all of this. I'll just reclaim all the clay, take this all out. This is an AFK. Did I show this? This is an AFK fishing machine. So first we need to fill your inventory with stuff. Grab a bow. Close this door. There's a lever, which is right there. This runs a clock. See that door back there? So if I do this, this casts. Okay. Now you saw the tripwire hooks up there, right? So right now, this this fish hook, the fishing line is sitting across that tripwire, so it shuts the clock off. Now I'm swinging at a door because right now in the game, if you see a door or a fence, you swing at it, you don't do anything, right? So I'm not reeling the line in. And in a minute here, we should see some bubbles. We should catch something eventually. I saw bubbles. But the point is, you just you weigh down your right mouse button, and it fishes for you, and you just walk away. They also suggest you do this with a beacon, so that while you're gone for an hour getting a bunch of fish, you don't starve to death. And there we are. We just caught something. I don't know what. Something like this here. Turn the clock back on. It also sits here and shoots fishing rods at you. There's a hopper under this carpet which feeds everything back in again. I have no idea what we found. Does it work here? Oh, and nope, can't. Got a block ahead of me. Like that. So there's a hopper under this pressure plate, which keeps the water block from going anywhere. So you catch something, it lands here, it falls into the hopper, and winds up here. So we probably caught another raw fish. And somewhere along the line I caught a Power 4 book. Hoping for name tags. I haven't been quite so lucky. I watched other people's builds of these things, and I can't eat a stone slab. And they seem to catch things fairly regularly. I am not so lucky. Probably because I suck at fishing. Never been a big fisherman. This is just to test it out to see if it works. If I build another one, which I probably will, it'll go somewhere. This potato farm, don't know. Might build a slightly bigger one. Automatic farms are always nice. I don't need a huge one because it's just me, and although I might build a really big wheat farm, probably when me and Scully get into villager trading, because we're going to need a lot of wheat and a lot of carrots, because there's a lot of villagers that want, the butcher villagers want raw beef and raw pork chops, and the only way to get those is to feed pigs. So, a couple carrot farms, wheat farms. What else we got going on down here? Normally, this place turns into a slime farm. It's my tree farm. And there we are. It's also an accidental slime farm. I think I might steal a page from Etho, like everyone does, and make something where it transports them to something that auto-kills them. So they're going to spawn down here nearly constantly. Then it would be really nice if I could just get the drops. Not that slime balls are something I need a lot of. And while I'm here, I had an idea for a game at spawn. So right now we're at nearly bedrock. Actually, we are at bedrock. I was mining a bunch out. I needed a whole bunch of stone. But I had an idea for a PvP arena that stays all nice and low like this. So if you do this, you block off some of this light with some fully placed blocks. Really dark in here real fast, right? Now because there's no full blocks, nothing can spawn here. Nothing could spawn there. Right? So the point would be, because it's PvP, players would just sneak around in the dark trying to get at each other. But I want to try to add in some kind of weird lighting effects. Like, once you back up a little ways, you can't see that lava, right? That makes for a nice effect. If I do, let's go here, this, grab a slab, and we do that. Again, we get kind of a weird little lighting effect. I want to do something where there would be droppers in the ceiling that would drop power-ups on a random basis, which unfortunately is going to require me to figure out how to properly build switches for rails in vanilla, which is not going to be fun. But chest cart on a track would come by, drive over a hopper, drop something into a dispenser, and then that would dispense out on the ground, or it would just hit an activation rail and spit out what's in there, which is probably the easiest way to do it, because then I could just build a double chest and fill it with whatever random items. They would just fall in one by one. And then every time I realize this is the worst possible place to be explaining this junk. There's my way out. Let me go upstairs and I'll show you in a slightly less confusing way. Okay, I had to go into creative to do this because I don't. Okay, so, okay, peaceful mode needs to shut off bats too. Seriously, peaceful mode needs to shut off any mob. I know they're not a hostile mob, but they try to act like they are, and it's a pain in the ass. Okay, so let's get back to the slab here. So imagine you're running around in the dark at bedrock with void fog. I know this is a bad approximation because I got way too much light going on. Just imagine that it is. This is a nice, simple item elevator. It's all kept there. When this gets a pulse, all these torches will pulse. A piece of this wool will slowly make its way up the chain. And this this dropper here, and this hopper, which means we can pre-fill this hopper with a bunch of junk. This gets a pulse. This drops an item, which lands on here. This hopper is locked by default right now. So then when something lands on it, it will just stay there. If I do this, it'll stay there until the power goes off for a minute and it can suck it up. So if I hit this, there we are. So you run along in the dark, and like that you got a hopper. Or probably a sword, or more arrows or something like that, right? And as long as there's an item there, right? Nice throw, Kev. As long as there's an item there, those lights are on. If I have... can we slabs? Okay, seriously? Get lost. Let's put these back out. These guys are going to cut the light level, because they're cutting off of the... they're in the way of those lamps. So wall this back in a bit, so we can kill some light. Let's do this. Okay. Time set 20,000. Is that night? That's night. Cool. Now I've got a few of these torches. It's going to get real dark, and I apologize for that, but the point is to give you some idea what's going to happen here. So right now, getting a little light from somewhere, but where? Oh, the hopper here. That now it's nice and dark again, right? So you're running around, trying to figure out where the one guy that's got a bow so far is. In the dark with very little lighting. Something pulses. There. Now, there's no void fog here in the creative world, unfortunately. But if there was, you wouldn't see this from very far away. And it would only stay there for a short period of time. Probably have to go with... I was going to use a mine cart on a detector rail, but a hopper clock is just as easy. Once this gets another pulse... Oops, that's not right. When someone grabs this, all the lights go out again. And you'd have to wait the requisite amount of time for something to happen. For, hello? Why you know? You're probably empty, that's why. Really? I'm trying to show off my inferior redstone skills here. What do we got? Nothing, nothing. Got 8 in here, and nothing going on here. What's going on? Why are you not cooperating? Why are we just accumulating stuff now? Betcha I ran some redstone past it and it's screwing things up. Oh, yeah, I get it. Okay, that's fine. So we'll have to figure that out. My wonderfully inferior redstone skills. Because that's powering... Yeah, this guy's not getting the pulse. I get it now. Oops. Put this back. This is why I don't do redstone on camera. Okay? Among other reasons. Which are patently obvious at this point. What if I do this? So right now that should... The only thing that shouldn't get a pulse now would be the top one, right? Yeah, okay, that's one moved up. So this needs to go... You know what? What if I just did this? What if I just did that? Would that work? And that's accumulating stuff, but it's not getting a signal. So I need to just do this. I'm dumb, just that. Right? I should spit something up. Anyone's... Seriously? There we are. That's what I want. And kill all of you. Away. Now. Okay. That does what it's supposed to. Not very well, but it does. And we're still getting stuff fall through them. Why are you falling through the pressure plate? I don't like that. Let's do... I think I need to have them drop straight down. Which means I need to... Isn't this riveting? Get lost. That powers that, and I'll need this thing. Everything works until the moment you turn the camera on. It's amazing. There. So this. No, look at that. Because it needs to fall straight down. That's better. So the clock can't run any longer than 5 minutes, but in a PvP match it shouldn't last that long. So if I do, let's do this. Let's put a detector rail there. That should disappear when I do this. Yes. Be replaced by some wall. So there'll always be something there waiting for you. If the clock runs about every 3, it should suck it back up right into the item elevator again. That's my idea. I'm fairly sure that someone has already thought of this. I'm not going to pretend like I invented it. The day I invent something interesting with redstone is the day on camera I do something patently embarrassing. I just don't know what yet. But I gotta edit all this nonsense together, and I've wasted 24 minutes showing you how not to build something in redstone, along with whatever else I got going on. I'm gonna edit all this crud together and leave you with something irritatingly long to watch while your New Year's hangover wears off. And I'll talk to you later.